offers from law firms for a lot more money than my family and I had ever seen, and I turned it down to join with some partners in a software development firm on Wall Street, and it was exciting, and it was interesting, and it was really scary. Right? Going into business, being on your own is really, really scary, right? You don't have the security of that paycheck that's coming every 2 weeks. It's all based on your own efforts, and that's why I really, I just extend my, my thanks to you for what you mean to all of us. Government doesn't create jobs. It doesn't. It creates a lot of jobs, but they're one-time jobs, really. It doesn't help the GDP the way you do. The jobs you create really fuel our economy. And so I got involved in this business. The first year, kept telling my wife, don't worry, we're going to make money soon. In the second year, I said, anytime. And the third year, it all came together. And when finally we started making money, I just couldn't believe about things called the unincorporated business tax, and the fact that we had to pay twice Social Security tax, and how difficult and expensive it was to get health care, and all the hurdles that were really in the way, and not to mention the business that I was involved in, but all the regulations that we have in government, and more so in New York City. And they're all born from, I think, good ideas. We want to, government always has an answer, usually legislative, to cure certain ills, but there's always unintended consequences. And when you create a burden, the kind of burden that we have in New York City especially, in New York we have the highest tax burden in the country. When you put it all together, the tax you pay on your cell phone, your telephone, your electricity, the gas or oil to heat your home, the gasoline you put in your car. You ever wonder why gasoline is 40 cents less in New Jersey? Right here. It's taxes. That's all. That's the difference. There's a little more. They're closer to refineries, but 98% of the difference in price is because New York has one of the highest taxes on gasoline in the country, and we pay that. So the tax I learned in law school, as you did, Sarah. I remember I had a tax law professor that said, listen, don't try to make sense out of the tax code. It has one goal, and that's to collect money. Yes, there are certain, so when we look at it, you look at it and you say it's not fair. And it's not fair. But because it's not supposed to be fair. It's supposed to collect money. So don't listen to everyone that tells you, well, we want to do it based on fairness or whatever. There's one goal, and that's to raise money. Now, we try to do things within the tax structure to try to provide incentives for the kind of activity that we think will help everyone. For instance, there's a mortgage, there's a deduction for your mortgage interest, and the idea there is, hey, if we can help people get into homes, that helps us as a nation, as a community. That's a good thing. And there are things like that. You have tax incentives, hopefully, for businesses. But when you look at what you face as freelancers, and as Sarah said, what I think is so amazing about freelancers is we probably have, 60 people here, and maybe 50 different types of businesses, if I had to guess, represented. I saw my good friends Angie and Christine. I grew up with Christine, and I was kind of surprised to see her, because I keep forgetting, they're court stenographers. I guess that's a freelance business, and I forgot about that. And so there are all sorts of businesses that I probably couldn't even think of right now that fit into this. And what's unfair, and I know that Sarah and this group is fighting to eliminate or at least restructure the unincorporated business tax in New York City. It really is, it's absurd. It's both unfair, and it provides a disincentive for the sort of activity we want. So it's really, on both fronts, right? We understand it's to raise money, but you look at it from both angles. You must have 3 beers inside. But the two things that we try to at least do with the tax code that is supposed to make some sense is to have fairness and incentivize good activity. And this really is just one of those things that fails on both fronts miserably. It's wrong, it's unfair, and what it does is it tells entrepreneurs, I think, in some respects, you're not welcome in New York City. That's the message, I think. And it does it by virtue of the fact that you can make a lot more money doing the same work somewhere else. And that's a shame. And what we should be doing as a city, if we want to, and this is not politics. I don't want you to think this is politics, but this is an example of the fact that when they say they're going to tax the other guy, they really do mean you.